very own Jeannie Ivanov. This afternoon, how are you doing?
Yeah, very well, thank you, Steve.
Good. Coming from the cold, you've been down at a cold Monk's Lane this afternoon, have you?
I have been at Monk's Lane, yeah. Boys didn't get the result they wanted today, but it was a good game.
It was good, yeah, exactly. It's always good game down there, but yeah, biting wind across
Definitely chilly.
across that pitch.
Yeah.
So we're not here to talk about the Blues so much as the Newbury Ladies doing rather well this season. I've got to say, was it 9 out of 8 out of 9 games?
Yeah, 9 out of 10 now.
9 out of 10?
Yeah, 9 out of 10.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. And Tony's just walked off in my notes as well. Never mind, I could let you continue.
Do you want me? Yeah, I'll continue.
You're top of the league, aren't you?
Top of the league, yeah. So had a tight game last week against Reading Abbey, who are sitting in 3rd, but they have a game in hand. But yeah, we've had a really great season. We've promoted into Championship 2 this season, which is 2 below Premiership. Didn't know how the season was going to go, obviously competing with a different standard of teams, but the coaching team have done a great job, and we've come through every fixture with a good win, except for one against Guildford where they took the points at home, but we're feeling really strong at the moment.
Yeah, and a good team, Guildford, aren't they? Because they're 2nd in the table.
They are, yeah. Guildford are 2nd, and they came at us, and they definitely wanted it more, so we were annoyed. We don't like losing at Monk's Lane.
No,
so
very close at the top.
It is very
one point
close
between them, I think, isn't it?
So we've got a little bit of a gap between us and Guildford, but then Reading Abbey, like I said, have got a game in hand, and they could come to within a point if they take those points. So it's going to be an interesting run-in for the end of the season.
Exactly, but it's close, it's good, and say it's looking good down now. I must say it's a good team. It does seem they've all gelled together, and it's
yeah, we've got a good buzz, like a really great squad. Age of mix of experience, and by that I mean age and youngsters coming through. Joe Howard, our head coach, has been with us now for 3 seasons, and that consistency has really helped us.
Excellent.
And we've got a social team that started now as well, so we've got kind of something for the girls who either want to start a bit more steady or are coming to the end of their career.
Yeah, because that's another of my questions really. Did you see a lot of the male teams have obviously I've been sort of involved with the Thatcham squad for a while. They start sort of 5 years old upwards.
Yeah.
And you tend to get a few girls come along, there's touch rugby, and then they sort of tail off about sort of 8 or 9 maybe and don't come back, or don't want to do contact, or can't do contact. There's no facility there for them. So I guess trying to bring youngsters up through the game is what is that?
I think it's changing pretty quickly. There's a lot more investment in schools and through the RFU in girls and women's rugby. So at Newbury now we've got girls sections right through from minis and juniors up to under 18.
Yeah.
That under 18 age is difficult for us, but that's more about girls going off to uni, so retaining them into the senior squad. But every girl that we've had through the under 18s in the last 2 or 3 seasons has gone on to play at university. They come back and they try and play for us at weekends, so there's a much easier pathway for girls to come through to the women's game now, and the sport it's the 2nd fastest growing sport in the UK of men's or women's. Any team sport, so it looks very different for the future.
Yeah, brilliant. So you've got quite a good squad to pick from. You're not sort of desperately trying to pull people together for a game.
No, God no. We've got about 38 girls on the books this year. We don't run 2 competitive league teams because obviously injuries, and we want to keep our first team squad fresh, but for the first time ever at Newbury this year we fielded a social team game on the same day as a first team squad game. Had more than 40 girls, more than 50 girls pulling on shirt for Newbury that weekend. So it's really thriving, and we're in quite a difficult catchment area because we've got a lot of teams local. There's 3 or 4 in Reading, Maidenhead, Basingstoke, Bath, Portsmouth, Southampton have all got teams. But we're retaining players, and there's loads of girls coming and joining us every month.
That's really good. I mean, that's almost like putting some of the male teams to shame, isn't it? That amount of players you've got to pick from. Yeah,
I mean, the thing about the men's game is you get more 2nd and 3rd teams because you get that history of players who've retired and go through to the 2nd and 3rd teams, and then the younger players come up through those teams as well. We'll get there, but obviously you need to build that heritage, and we're not quite there yet. But yeah, once I retire in a season or 2, I'll be going to play for the social 2nd team, and that will grow, and we'll end up with the same sort of 2nd and 3rd setup in the future at Newbury, hopefully, as the boys have got.
Yes, how long's it been going for, the Newbury Ladies? Is it quite
So, shameless plug, this is our 20th year.
No, really?
Yeah, 20 years of women's rugby at Monk's Lane.
Wow.
So the end of season dinner this year on the 18th of May, we'll be celebrating that anniversary. We'll have former players down. We've got ex-England and Premiership players that are involved with the club. We're hoping to get some current international players down as well, to really celebrate the women's game at Monk's Lane.
Excellent. So speaking about the internationals, let's have a look at the 6 nations, because of course the ladies' game is pretty much running in parallel with the main.
Yeah, they tend to. There's some games at the Stoop separately, but then they'll also play before or after the men's games, and you get a good crowd staying around for those games, and it looks like an exciting set of fixtures this year.
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, we had the Welsh and we'll ignore the Welsh and Scottish men's game earlier, because that's a bit of a whitewash if you're a Scottish fan. But close 18-17 Wales Scotland yesterday for the ladies.
Yeah.
What do we think? We're looking good for the.
I think we are. I mean, it's an interesting setup in the international setup, because you've got the 7 circuit and the 15 circuit, and so we've got some really young players coming through into the 15s game to bolster the squad while the 7 circuit runs at the same time. But there's some real quality in the England squad. I think we'll be comfortable against Italy tomorrow, but I think that some of the other teams might run us quite hard with their experience. France look like they've got some good experienced players at the moment, so going down to a couple of the games, and they're really competitive. I mean, they're fantastic.
Yes, they are. I remember Twickenham a few years ago to watch an England-Wales game, and again had the ladies' game after that.
Yeah.
And the amount of people, I don't know why they wouldn't have stayed, because so many people stayed on.
Yeah.
Or went to the bar, we'll come on. We're in there, we'll watch. Brilliant game.
Absolutely.
Different play altogether.
Yeah.
Everybody's different.
I think the word you're looking for is better.
Yeah, okay, I can go with that. I'm not going to go the rugby flag. No, definitely, it's just a different style. I think like when you watch the ladies' football, the style is totally different, isn't it? It's the same game, but you think actually if the men could do it like this,
I think it can be more of an expansive game for sure.
Yeah, different, because so many of the England games at the moment is penalty. Very boring game. There's not many tries or proper runs with the ball.
Although I was watching the Wales Scotland game earlier, and that was very expansive. There was some serious open play in that. Well, there was a bit. I mean, that's what caused them to get a couple of tries down early. But it was a really good game to watch. Yeah,
I did notice one of the stats they put up on the screen about the Scottish game about this one particular player, how many carries and how many metres he'd made. And it was pathetic. It was like 2 carries and 2 metres in the whole game.
That's the problem with having all the stats available now. There's nowhere to hide, is there?
No, you got to be on your game.
Absolutely.
You got to be good. So a bold prediction for the ladies' Six Nations. Where do you think we're going to end up with this?
I think England will take it, but I think it'll be tight. I'm not sure that we'll do the Grand Slam. I think that Ireland or France might sneak a result against us, but I'm confident that I'm confident we'll take it.
Yeah, I think for the men, it's got to be England. I mean, it's going to be hopefully third in a row. It's looking good.
There's just those injuries and players coming back in, but I mean, Benteo's back, and I love Benteo, and I'm a massive Danny Kerr fan, so as long as Danny Kerr gets lots of game time, then I'll be happy.
But saying that, there's a lot of Welsh players benched this afternoon. A lot of good players that went on the pitch.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
They still did well, so it says a lot.
The strength and depth, and I think international teams have to be ready for that and have that strength and depth now, and make sure that every player can come in and do a job, because the injury rate is just so high with the modern game. It's so competitive that you've got to have that strength and depth. And Wales look better than I expected this afternoon, actually.
And bring a lot of new players through, a lot of uncapped players in all the teams. Actually, I was quite surprised how many uncapped players in the squad.
Yeah, absolutely.
I guess it's got to be good to bring on new players.
And with the World Cup around the corner as well,
you've
got to get those new players involved and get them ready for 2019.
Exactly. But we'll play a bit of music, I think. We did ask Jeannie when she popped in if there's any radio-friendly music we could play that they play before they go onto the pitch. And knowing rugby clubs as I do, a lot of it you can't probably play on the radio. But no, we've gone for a bit of Katy Perry, which is one of their go-to tunes to get them pumped up for an afternoon on the pitch. So we're going to go for that. A bit of Katy Perry, that's Jeannie's go-to track there for geeing up the troops on a Sunday afternoon down at Monk's Lane, or wherever it is they tend to be playing. And there's you've had some response, I believe. You're laughing away on your
there's a bit of the link's been shared on our WhatsApp chat, so I'm getting a bit of abuse from the girls. So I just want to say hello to them and make sure that they're all sitting at home with a cup of tea rather than in a pub with a beer anywhere, because I've got a big game tomorrow.
I can't believe they'd be in a pub watching rugby, drinking beer.
Well, 2 of them have been spotted at Monk's Lane this afternoon with a cheeky beer, but I think they're on their way home to get their pyjamas on now, hopefully.
Yes, we'd like to think so, wouldn't you? All very respectful.
Absolutely, before game day. We've never ever been spotted in town before game days.
Exactly.
Never ever happened.
Well, that could be the new thing. Get an I Spy book and see if you can spot. There are pictures on the website. So you can go on the website to Tasham Ladies. You can spot them.
We used to have a serial offender in Lizzie Harris, our fullback, who had a habit of turning up having had more than one drink the night before. But she's a reformed character this season, actually, and she's been one of our standout players. So
well, there you can't be too bad.
No, exactly. It's what happens when you go sober.
Crikey. So this weekend you are, There's a giant killing this weekend, top of the table against bottom of the table, Guernsey.
I mean, it's possible. So I didn't actually play the away fixture over in Guernsey. I was on holiday. It's one of the few games I've missed this season. But they ran us. It was 34-12. So we weren't, run out winners on that occasion. They had a strong pack, and we've got a few knocks at the moment. Got a few forwards out, so we're a little bit light in the pack versus our normal strength and depth there. And anything can happen. And after last week, the last thing we want is to get complacent. But if we fire in our backs and get the line out right, then I think we'll take the points from them, hopefully. But we need those bonus point wins if we're going to retain our top spot, because obviously in a rugby points scoring system, anything can happen if teams are picking up the bonus points or not, as the case may be.
Bit of home advantage tomorrow as well.
Bit of home advantage, and it is hard.
It's cold
it's hard,
over the Guernsey ones, I've got to say.
I feel for Guernsey. They do seven away trips by plane every season. And it's not easy travelling away at any point, and to come and make that journey, it's really tough for them. So we've given them a 1 o'clock kick-off to make sure that they can accommodate their travel. So if people would like to support us tomorrow, 1 p.m. kick-off down at Monks Lane. The weather will be better than it is today, and it should be a really, really competitive game.
Excellent. Well, it just remains me to thank you for coming in.
You're more than welcome. As I said, Steve, anytime. I could talk all day.
Well, we'll keep you to that. We'll definitely hold you to that.
And just again, shout out to the team, and looking forward to playing with you guys tomorrow.
Brilliant. Get yourself down there if you're around tomorrow afternoon. Get yourself down to Monks Lane. The Super Bowl, as they call it down, the Monks Lane Bowl. It's a good place to be.
Monks Lane Mega Bowl. Best rugby in Berkshire down there tomorrow.
It's got to be. And as Yaz is about to say, for Newbury Ladies, the only way is up.
It is.